What's going on, guys? Tyler here, and I want to talk to you about the overload principle. The overload principle, not the overlord principle, the overload principle, all right? We're talking about fitness here. We're talking about workouts. And one of the things that people neglect to do in their workouts is to overload their muscles. And you can do this essentially two different ways. I've talked about this before a million times, but I'm going to break it down in the most basic fashion for you so that you can continue to make progress in your workouts, look better, feel better, perform better, all right? So, overload principle number one, add more weight to whatever it is you're doing, okay? It doesn't have to be very complicated. You know, there's a lot of routines out there. There's a lot of things where someone else is giving you a program. But the reality is, with the overload principle and these two tips I'm sharing with you right now, you don't have to have another program. You just have to have a plan, or you have to know the exercises that you like to do, and then you need to do them using this overload principle. So add more weight. What does that mean? That means that if it's January 1st and you're doing squats with 135 pounds, well, January 1st the next year, you should probably be doing squats with 225 pounds. Or at least 185. Or at bare minimum, 155. Right? That's not a lot of progress over a year, but it's progress. So, overload principle number one, add weight to any movement you're doing. If you don't add weight on the basic movements that you enjoy and love, then you're not really making that much progress. You're not really getting any stronger. You're not really adding any muscle, whether it be lean or bulky. Right? Doesn't matter what rep and set scheme you're using. That doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. 10 sets of 10, 5 sets of 2, 1 sets of 1. It's all specific on what your goal is. Do you want to lift the heaviest amount of weight? Do you want to look good naked bodybuilder style? But that doesn't matter. Pick a rep scheme and add weight. That's it. Boom. Simple. Done. All right? That's number one. Number two, overload principle. Movement complexity. You see the light in my eyes when I say that because I love movement complexity. Movement complexity means making the exercises more complicated in terms of coordination, balance, flexibility, and strength all at the same time. Okay? So a simple example of that would be something like a deadlift, one of my favorite exercises. You want to work the deadlift, it's one of the best exercises you can possibly do. But you also want to strengthen that movement in other ways. So my favorite way to do that is to ease into a one-legged deadlift. So you might start out with just standing on one leg and doing shin taps while trying to keep your hips in the center and still have perfect form, right? Once you get your shin taps down, you might add a weight to it. Then you might add range of motion by increasing the depth that you go. Then you might add more weight to it. And you can still perform regular deadlifts, but by doing this one-legged deadlift, you're going to create that extra element of progression that you cannot get any other way. And you can do this with any exercise. Just by going from a barbell bench press to a dumbbell bench press, you add complexity, right? And I'm not talking about stupid ass complexity exercises like standing on a Bosu ball with a pink Barbie dumbbell and doing rotator cuff stuff. That's dumb. Don't do that stuff. Simply add complexity. So you go in for barbell, add dumbbells. You doing dumbbells? Try kettlebells instead. Lift a sandbag instead of a barbell or some dumbbells, right? Do it on a relatively unstable object. Do it in a different way. Do it unilaterally. Do it alternating fashion instead of both arms at the same time. But you overload your muscles by adding weight. You overload your muscles by adding complexity. And you can't fail. There's no damn way you can fail if you do just those two things. All right? That is the overload principle made easy. If you guys dig this video, like it right there. Share it with your friends so they too can benefit from the overload principles I just shared with you. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I want to help you look, feel, and perform your best. All right? Thanks for watching.